make it bigger?
I tried, but when I press the control, they pop up this dialog. So.
All right.
So this time we just probably have a discussion about the software development. Yeah, I know a lot of you already have some experience in that. So this time we just discuss how to write good code, how to design good architecture, and a few practices in software development, making your code clean and maintainable. So it's just like discussions. I didn't prepare it for a lot of materials. We just talk. So why about this development? So we just have some project or something going on. So we just discuss. Okay. So let's start from some statistics. So even the techniques or theory about the compiler, program language, and even software engineering seem to be mature, very mature, even 20 years ago. But the delivery right now is still actually a problem. So in theory, it's not difficult, but in reality, you see a lot of. I just Googled this 1 hour ago. So you see, like 10 years ago, some software, like 50% of the enterprise resource planning ERP system, I don't remember what's that short for. 51% of them is unsuccessful. And you can see some other comments. So 58 some were satisfied, and 80% is not happy. Even 40% is just not going very well. So back like 1997, so the number is not very encouraging also. So let's see another statistics. So this one is not very encouraging also. So 44% is late, over budget, or low on specification. That's from 2009. Here, also some data just 2 years ago. You see only 29% is successful. And you see 53 of them are challenged, 18% failed. So you can see right now they are having a lot of problems. So you are spending a lot of money trying to buy a system you want, but you have a very high chance of wasting your money, throwing your money away. So given this background knowledge, so in this session we just discussed what's the current or latest way of try to solving this problem. We will go through a very small example, and probably you can contribute some ideas on how to build the example, and then we will go through the coding quickly and just have a discussion.
So, one thing we may try is even before we discuss, just let each of you think of some idea. I guess it was quite successful in the workshop. You just pair up to your neighbor at this moment, and then just write down a list of things you think it can improve the situation, like just put a list, like put in anything you can think of. Just give you 2 minutes to do that, and then we'll come back to the list and see what you get here.
Yeah, so probably I can just give an example and you can discuss
I don't know, I guess I just sat down and think about something. Let's just give it 2 minutes, like now. Now.
Oh, now?
Wait now.
Okay.
Now. Talk to each other, like what you can think of, like, and then drop down a list. Do you have a piece of paper? Any of you? Maybe you have papers.
No, I don't have.
I don't have papers. I would one bag of my.
It's just discussion.
Discussion about what?
So,
Why
what to
project
start
was
with.
failed?
Yeah, how to improve situation and how to. I will give an example of a small part of a system, so we can discuss how to write the code, how to things like this.
You mean how to write the code to improve the performance? Make
How to organize the code to make it more easily to success.
How can avoid the failure and
Because there are a few common traps in the development, so we can try to brainstorming the common
How can you find that?
They have a school and
Sometimes we just know next year, by March next year, I won't spend this much money developing this system, but usually we don't reach the goal. That's a problem.
Okay, just
Yeah.
why as much as possible you can think of, like just see how.
Why this happening?
No, just like you ask like what kind of solution can potentially solve this problem. Like you just like whatever you can think of, like 10 of them, 11 of them, 12 or whatever. Talk to each of other, like
Yeah, maybe
and
based
then,
on
like,
your past experience.
yes.
What do you think? Why this is happening? Based on your past experience or whatever. Is it what you're asking?
Yeah, and also like explain to the one next to you what you think of. So talk to each other.
Talk or write.
Talk and write. Make as many as possible. Just yes.
I think about, for example, if you have a big project, you can divide it in small parts, and these parts maybe it's easier to develop. And maybe, for example, if you have a big project, and maybe we can use these pieces again in another project. For example, if we write a code for BP, it's because general, and we can add this to another project and only change the inputs
a
of
logical thing,
the
scientific thing, the code can be written
Yeah.
for that. But for physical thing, so for normal phenomena, when we want to go into code, so
I think another thing is
get
maybe the specific
proper
person that
conversion
has
of
the ability
physical
to,
thing.
I don't know, programming in some area,
Like I want to
for
create a
example,
code for some game in which I want to show the football.
in some algorithm
So
of
I have to
sorting
think a
or
lot,
something like this, start
even
to
for people
develop
which is very
something
logical
as
in chess.
a small
If I have to
pieces
say, okay,
and
write a code for chess.
shows to
Also
another
cool.
Okay, don't go too deep yet, just make a long
another
list.
guys in the
Why are
group,
these-
for example, this code, this function, and everyone knows about what's the functionality of that, and only use this to their code, and it's easier to develop. And I think if in the group we have a standard, for example, for inputs, yeah, it's easy
I
to
would like to
understand.
do the same rules to write.
Also,
Yeah.
what is
Their own part.
Yeah,
What
it's
So,
Close.
I mean, what do you have? Like, yeah.
Yeah, okay. We discussed about, for example, divide the project in some small pieces, and we developed a software that is general and everyone can use this part of the software. For example, a small sort, or I don't know, maybe a BP function that everyone can use it.
So it's a modular and we use it.
Yeah.
Like,
Reusable.
This is like
I think it,
I
it's okay.
think.
It doesn't have
Yes,
to be.
okay.
Maybe it doesn't matter.
full component, reusable component, modular. Well,
Yeah, another part. Oh yeah, we discussed that maybe for each part we have the same definition, notation, and following the same rules.
okay, so it's like a coding standard.
Yeah.
It's good.
The code should be well done.
It should be divided into proper parts, and which should be done by different people so that a teamwork can do it.
So
We can divide the code into like some parts, and one is responsible for one class, and how they the different parts will communicate with each other. So
this is similar to this one, but I just put the interface design.
yeah, interface design. Yeah. Because when you're saying reusable, it means the code you once made, when you use in the future, you can use the same class or same thing. But what I want to say that suppose there is a big project, we have to write a big code, then we can divide. Okay, you can do this part, you can design this part. This is for databases. This guy will work with interfaces. So in this manner, that code should be divided among the team.
So and more like collaboration.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that before they start writing the code, just try to know that what team want from the code, and after that, just start and organize all of them based on the things that we know.
So let's say something about user requirements.
Oh yeah, something like that.
And I heard you were talking about testing.
Code should be well commented, because if we leave the job, if other person comes in like that for updating the code or for understanding.
And I think we schedule the time for writing and after the testing.
And I think sharing devices is important. For example, we have a good sharing device, maybe a website that everybody put the codes there, and
Version control, I guess.
It's more like version control and configuration management. So we're talking about something about testing. So how do you elaborate that? What should be tested, or how every function
Yeah, the total system. Like the bounds, which go with everybody know that the turbine.
Yeah. So maybe short feedback cycle or. Yeah, it's actually pretty complete. What else? This is pretty much more than I want to talk about.
We can have another session next Monday.
Okay, so yeah, do you want to say something? So yeah, today probably we will. It's too complete. So today we will talk about a small subset of this problem. So this is pretty good. By the way, I didn't prepare that. So there's a process called Agile. It's pretty focused on all these points. So, but we are not going to talk about this today. So
Agile software, what?
development. Okay, so today we just start from a simple example. So to design this system, we should take this into consideration. So whatever you do, it boils down writing code. So how you build system need to reflect all these concerns. So of course we can talk a lot about this, but without writing proper code, without designing your interface well, so all this cannot be realized. So today we just go through a small example. So we will see how to write your code, how to design your system to make it fit this expectation. So say right now we have a very small, this is a subset of the a part of online banking system. So the GUI is pretty simple. So we have the two accounts. So we want to transfer money from this account to this account. The amount is specified here. When you click the transfer, it will transfer money from here to here. And if the transfer is successful, so you know what is going to happen. If it's not successful, for example, insufficient fund, this account will receive an email saying you don't have sufficient fund. So this is a very simple part of the system. So but keep in mind we have a lot of the systems keep moving. So we need to think probably another 10 years the code will still be running. There will be another 20 people after you will work on the same part of the problem. So keep that in mind and try to design try to think about how to implement this with any framework you are comfortable with, be it C#, .NET, Java, or whatever language. So just think about it. How do you design this? How do you implement this system? And probably you can have a discussion.
You mean design objects?
So you can use object-oriented design or whatever you think is good to implement this such kind of system. Is it clear? Okay. Do you want to start?
Yeah, let's do that again. Yeah. Actually, one thing I realized in that workshop, I guess it's a nice tips of the day also. Like, it's something like, what do you think about if you're giving a lecture? This is like time access. This is like percentage of stuff that people recall in the lecture. So what do you think like the curve be like? Like
What's the y-axis?
y-axis is like percentage of stuff, materials that we call from your lecture. Like for example, at this time you teach something and people understand or they get 30% and you have 30% here. And like here you get 10%, you have 10% here, for example.
Beginning and end.
This is like, it doesn't matter, it's like a period of time, that's it.
I think it's something like this.
Yes, it's something like that. But what
The
is the
first
peak?
is warm up and you need
What do you
to.
think about where's the peak?
5 minutes after the beginning.
Yeah, something like that. So basically, every lecture is drunk unless you keep stopping and then we start the process. You just need to wake up everyone every 5-10 minutes and let them do something else. So.
So 5 minutes is over, so we can leave now.
Right.
But what you can do is like discuss among yourself again and then come back. So,
Just keep this in mind. How would you implement this?
so all of you get the questions. Let's do that for 2 minutes again.
From 12.
I think
Imagine your boss assigned you this going to work on.
Implement.
What would you do?
for example we need something to change.
Means, I do want to ask that in which we should work or like in C# or ASP.NET, like how we design the window.
Not technical specific, not about any framework. Just in general, you have any framework you can choose. What will you implement this?
And only we have to select one
Yeah.
window design in which we have to put some
Existing.
what is called
After that,
text
you must check the
boxes,
value.
put some
Unlock the value because maybe
type
another
text boxes
program
and
wants to
some buttons.
get the money and because
We have to name
lock
those text boxes.
money in their
Like
account.
the first text box is from another text
After that,
box.
start to transfer.
And then we have to write a program in the background that
And
says
just be trying
click on the transfer button and what should
Get the money. Locking
I think this manner. At least for this one. I'm not talking
the balance. It's not
uh,
enough to send an email. We'll send them, for example,
We can
get
discussion after.
the ID of the
So right there.
account and retrieve the email and send an email.
Want to start?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just we discussed about the figure out the Discord. Before they start, we want to know the user requirement, something that you send to the boss that sent us about something that we want for the Discord. And from the user requirement, we get some knowledge. For example, for Discord, we know that we have the account number and the balance for the check the she or he has the amount of the money in his or her account. And yeah, maybe we can say that for that object we can say the create a class or create the object. Yeah, that object has account number and balance. And after that, just we try to figure out the interface design. And for example, and something that you said that the code behind is not important for this one. And another thing is that we check the amount of the money that she or he has. If she doesn't have this number of the money, just we say that is over.
So you're saying we have like a count class.
Yeah, the class or object, just for
There's a class and we have a few.
the account class. Yeah, it has a account number and the balance.
Account number.
An email.
And
Yeah, but,
Email because
Email, okay.
yeah, because we need to send an email if the balance is
okay.
but two things is important.
yeah.
It's necessary.
So these are properties of this class or methods.
Yeah.
Number will be
Yeah.
member,
And
balance will be
And
member.
luck.
yeah, maybe
Because
they have a lot
nobody
of
can
things.
transfer money in the same time. We need to lock the account.
Yeah, that's multi-threading or whatever. So we're going to simplify with this consider one balance eval and the account number.
Yeah.
That's the account class. And what else?
And maybe we can have another class as a user that we have the link with this account class and another one. And that class we can have the profile of that user, that the key between this class and another is for example the account number. But I think this class is enough for just simplify.
So you're saying there should be a profile field, which is actually another class, and like name or whatever, name age
Yes.
or
Yeah.
whatever. Okay.
For example, after that, just click the transfer button. Just for sure, we can say that the to or from is the name of the person, and this.
We can define a method in account or as a data transfer to or from. And that meant by that method we can increase and decrease the balance.
So, what's the proper name for the method? Think
Uh,
about domain specific name for it.
Pay.
Balance transfer to
Pay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it banking terms?
Withdraw.
Withdraw. Yeah. Withdraw.
deposit or another will be deposit.
We need a transaction record.
Yeah, that's basically useful.
This is another cost.
Okay, so
Sorry, class. Sorry, class.
Oh.
It's not.
give a transaction. What do you want put into this class?
The date of the transaction, the time, from to
Companies.
credit balance. I mean, credit means you get money and withdraw means you send money out. And your balance.
So if you recur from and to,
From one account to another account.
so you can add the amount.
Account
Yeah,
number.
Actually, amount can be positive or negative.
So if you from this to this one, it should be like transferred from this one to this one.
It's okay.
Transaction fee.
Transaction what?
Transaction fee.
Yeah.
It's too complex.
For the log, all of the transformation. Transfer.
What do you say?
Translation, sorry. This class is for the log or history of all.
Yeah, see, this is for one transaction record.
When is it?
Link the account.
Yeah. Rate.
Rate.
Yeah,
From-
rate is
from-
necessary.
I'm not sure if we need to link this because you can search by to and from, so we really want to link to.
Account
So-
number. From account number to
Yeah, from
account.
account number to account number.
I would suggest don't link these two actually. So this is like independent record for all the things you have done. So you can get this transaction either by daytime, by from, by to, or even by amount. You can just search for this record. So this not, I would say this not really legal by any
Yes.
property. So okay, so this is like so where do you want carry all this operation, like withdraw from one account, deposit to another account, and put a transaction or send an email? Where do you want this to happen?
Here?
Yeah, so which part do you want to write this code? You need to access this account, you need to deposit or transfer. Where do you write the business logic?
For this form, you mean?
In this form?
You mean for this form,
Yes, for this form.
just transfer?
Transfer.
Yeah, transfer.
Okay, so first you need to,
Yes, because the
Right.
account and the profile is, yeah, just, first of all, you fill all of the account and profile, and we know the account and profile. And for this one, just we must work on the transfer.
so first we withdraw some money from one account. And second, you deposit to this account. And three, you some transaction, save some transaction. This logic, where do you think we need to write this code? In which class? In each GUI or somewhere?
Yeah, transaction.
One way you can just some GUI you have some event handler. So Java, ASP.NET, whatever, they have some event handler. You can go to the event handler to write all this code.
But I think it's not. It's better to have a middle class that's the transfer handler call one function from the middle class control class, and this control class contains.
Can you draw it?
And I think we don't need to withdraw and deposit. For that
Withdraw and
account.
deposit?
Yeah, we don't need, because the transfer table or class, we have from and to, and fresh from, and to, yeah, show the withdraw and deposit. And we don't need. The account is just the property of the account, the user. And for the transfer, I think it's it can log all of the history of the transfer between the two accounts. Maybe, I mean, yeah.
But I
after
think
that.
we need extra function here, check balance, and one control class. This access to this tree function only, and this tree function access to this private properties only. For example, these three are public. They have a control class with no property and only one function. For example, transfer. And this transfer first check, after that withdraw from one account and deposit on.
Yeah, so what do you call this model?
3-layer.
Yeah, someone call it the model view presenter. It's called MV. So, actually, right now we can start coding now. We just quickly implement this. So there are probably a lot of ways to write this code. So this time I just quickly show something called test driven. development. So this is actually probably not very well known now, but it's gaining popularity. So before this session, 1 hour ago, I just quickly Googled the test-driven development, and we can find some job description from Amazon, which prefer you to have knowledge about this way of writing code. So I'm not saying you are going to get a job like coder, but this is just simply not a bad idea. So it's just another way of writing code. I just quickly do a demonstration. So if you find it useful, you can at least know it. So test-driven development, they usually start from writing tests. So just like here, this is a very good point. So to guarantee your software works, you probably need to test it completely from function level to system level. So each level of your code, you need some test coverage. So the test-driven development, the idea is before writing any piece of code, you need to write a test first to specify what you want to do. And only after that you start to implement the code. So right now we can just create a test called, because we are doing transfer, so we just call some transfer service. Or wire transfer service, money transfer service, whatever. So if you think about that, the service is the abstraction of what you get from the banker or whatever. You just get service from them. So the service is a kind of abstract of things they offer. So we just here write something called transfer service test. So in this test, here we use the GUnit to write the code. So the GUnit let you to write some test method and run the method for you. Usually we just write a test method with the name of the thing you want to test. So here, the thing we are trying to implement first should be should transfer money given sufficient fund. Is that clear? This is what we are trying to implement first. And here, so usually we just this is the service we are trying to write. We just create this class. Somehow, see about this. So what do you want this service to do? You want it transfer from one account to another. Okay. So here we just have a account like from. We have a to account. We want to transfer from to with some amount, like from $60. We just do this, right? Okay. So right now, apparently, we need this to class. We just create this to. Right now it says you don't have a transfer method. We can just create it. say from we have initially $100, transfer 50 to 2, we should have 50 left. So from right now we just set the initial value of the balance. See, we can say deposit. Is it spelled like this? Okay. Deposit. Okay, 100. And we transfer 50. The 2 get balance. Should be like 50. Is that correct? So this is what we're trying to do. So we just write all the tests first.
So here this will add the $50 to the already existing amount and it will show the saved in the balance. That's what you say.
Actually, it is like this. Assert. So from get should be equal to 50 also, because money moves from to 2. So here you can say, go back to the point you brought up. So in this example, we covered a few items here. So this one, you can say because of this test. So whenever you want to check what did you do like 10 years back, or what did anyone else do to your code, you can go to the test. Yeah, this is like a running document. It clearly specifies what the code should do. This is the first thing. And interface design, you can see because we start from the consumer of the code, so we think before we actually design the code, we are trying to use it first and then come up with the API design. So you can get what others want by doing this way, because you always think about how to call it. If you think the API is awkward, so you probably won't design this way. So core interface design. Collaboration, of course, if you can read my code, collaboration would be easier. And user requirement. This is actually covered also, because the requirement, as we wrote somewhere, I did right. So requirement right now is clearly specified as test. So this requirement is just like this. If you think my test is wrong, then probably I've implemented the wrong thing. This is the unit level test environment. You can have like system level or GUI level, all kind of level of test. By reading tests, you know what's in the system. By running the test, you know the system is exactly the same as described in the test. So for control is different, and of course we are testing it. And this short feedback cycle, I don't know if I should say that, but it's kind of related, because I will show you as we proceed. So is there anyone want to implement this code? You all can write code. Come on. Too shy to do it? Okay, I can write it. So by the way, IntelliJ, I think it's kind of, I tried a few IDE. I still think this is one of the coolest. So you probably will have your install. So let's just assume it's here. So in this example, we don't use any double of float numbers. This is the deposit. That balance. We simply return the amount. Okay, so let's now run the test. So something is wrong. The expected, I read another wrong. So the expect value is first parameter. The actual value is the second parameter. Okay, it says it's looking for 50, but still 100. Because we haven't implemented any of the code first. And right now we probably need to write some code here. Anyone wants to write that? Sam, do you want to write some code?
I need to be a cameraman. Yes, seriously, because it only can capture a tiny of that. I need to move the camera back and forth. Yeah.
You should write bits swap method. The bits swap.
Bits swap?
Method. You just finish and call it method. But you haven't finished.
Yeah. So, okay. So, on the way you implement this, we will go back to that method.
Oh yeah.
Well, who want to read this? Afisa? Me?
I guess you can link when you have a website.
What's messed up?
You can link your CV to this video to show that you're a good coder or something like that. But you can do this several times. When you look for jobs, then here's my video CV.
Can you see the link on the
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So this is actually a good example of this short feedback cycle. So when short fix the code, you run the test and immediately verify the code it writes. So if the test pass, just write. So if every step you do this, so after a while, you're pretty sure your code, every piece of code you write, is correct. So you won't go back, you won't go through the debugging process. Because you're making small steps and every step is correct. So it's pretty good example. So probably we should make a font size a bit hard to read. That's the
The mirror there? Yeah.
No, it's good enough, but I just changed. It's better? So let's see. So the first test is passed. So right now here we have implemented a few requirement. So probably we need to add test for this. So here we implemented if in the case of insufficient fund, what should we do? We already implemented that. So probably we should write test case to cover this, just to make sure everything works. What do you think should be the method name? Just use one sentence to describe the thing you want to implement.
What are we doing now?
Okay, so right now we are trying to write a test to test this branch in case the insufficient.
You know what? I cannot see any of this because I don't have my glasses. But it doesn't matter. This is on pen. I'll make it up to do a whole thing up here.
You mean the glasses now?
Yeah, I need glasses. I don't see any of this.
For
Okay. Maybe I can make it bigger.
No, it's okay. It's fine. I think
Yeah,
it's
try to
good
do-
in the tape. It's good in the tape, actually. No, really, it's enough. If you make that thing, it's hard for you to write.
This sounds weird. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and why? It should be very simple for you.
Yeah, I mean, you want to try that?
Check the balance
Yeah.
if the email.
for the email.
Yeah.
If the email will be signed, in the case,
Yeah. This is actually a good example. So here, probably I add another thing called testability or testability. So it's not easier to test because in this case, should we send a real email to your email box and you go to your email box and check it?
Yeah.
Or if it's just email, probably it's fine. But if it's credit card or payment, whatever, when you write a code, you probably you don't want to do it every time when you run the test. So let's start from the method name. So what should we call this? Should send email given transfer given in condition font. what we are going to do. So we just do the same thing, set up the environment and try to test it. Here, I can do this. Deposit like 20 and transfer to this one. And then verify if the email is sent or not. The first thing I spot here is, of course, there's some duplicated code here. So
Can all of them function?
yeah, so we just extracted it to a setup code. I don't remember. I really don't remember. Before, okay. Oh, by the way, so the IntelliJ can look up the which jar or namespace contains this annotation and try to load the namespace for you.
It keeps saying who the hell.
Yeah, I can load the
But you can say IntelliJ is faster.
So set up. So right now we just move.
Shift.
I keep it here. Put it here. And move this to the field. So it's clear. From you deposit 100, transfer from to $50 and you verify the result. Here the same thing, we don't need to create again. We just see from you deposit
This method
30.
didn't try equal sufficient or not. In the judgment, this function I think only make sure the transaction is correct.
I think you're right. So here, I think, as you said, we should say, so true. I just say the from get balance, so like larger than 50. Is it what I think? We just keep the same naming convention by okay. Well now, how should we test this one? The email. This is going to talk about dependent injection.
This is nice.
And then just the same email, we can just show something.
Show something where?
Exit code.
Yeah.
Maybe you can set a special exit code.
Something.
Access code.
Exit.
Oh yeah, correct. Yeah, you mean?
I don't know. You want to set something for sending email. You can show a string or set exit code.
Here, you mean show it here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one way. I would say the downside of this method is you need to check this window manually. So
Maybe you can set to print in the file, to put in the file.
yeah, in the file, I would say that a similar case, someone need to read the file. Say in a system, easily you have thousands of test cases. So
It was a server.
the server. So which
The email was
how do you assert that?
if you send out a message, receive something received from the service, then check the receive.
You go to the mail account to check it.
No. Anyway, you can receive a flag if the email was sent or not. You can just check that this flag. I'm not sure what's
So okay, so say
You can add a property in the class for the email, and in the send email you can check it as true, and after that you can check it is true or not.
which class you want to put this property?
In the test class.
Test class. Can you show us how to do it? Just quickly, we just discussed.
Let me thinking first.
Okay.
Well, what's your problem? You just want to make sure the email was sent now.
Okay, so in
I'm
the
not
case of
clear about
okay, sorry about that. Use something fun. In this case, we need to first the recipient email should be the equals to the from. Yeah. And the title of the message should be like sorry or whatever. Should be a string. And the body of the email should contain some
the transaction details.
some transaction.
Some
Yeah. So we want to verify all the three. And better in a fully automated way.
okay, you just want to verify this. I'm thinking verify increase
That's one thing I also.
We need to have the class, the image class,
Image class.
image class.
Email class. Okay, email class.
Yeah, it has a body and title.
Can you write it?
Visual class.
The class is over here.
Yeah.
This is a content.
Isaac. Oh, it's okay. Yeah, maybe I got to see. Another one.
Capital S. Capital S.
Oh, yes.
Can you put it like this is
So, I guess one thing you don't want to have to use capital.
for the arrow.
Yeah, actually, I'm very barely. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I said I didn't put it.
Because you see, like, guys have to highlight what, like.
Yeah, said something. Coding in C#.
Yeah.
It's different from Java.
Oh,
Because of this.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. Oh, it's oh, yeah. Oh. Nice. You have I mean that for example for this function we can just fill all of this property.
Can you write it?
Yeah, I can go to this function.
I'm not sure.
Yes. Yeah, it's another. Can you swap the email in this account? I need the email here. I want the new, yeah. To new, yeah, the new email.
You should help them.
that, for example, for this account, yeah, I must have the account, for example, email address here, and put the email address of this account to this email address.
Okay. Assuming you right now your account you have an email address.
Oh yeah,
Assume you have that.
you just put the email address here.
Because we didn't verify here, so we need to verify these three in the test method.
That one, we can show, I think, because for this one, this is 20 as a 50, and it's not enough. And for this function, goes to the dysfunction. And that goes to this.
Yeah, how to verify is three right thing.
This one, you mean? I mean that after this function, the email object is full. Here we can check. So we'll create some things here from the email address.
This close. Yeah, it's closed. Let's do some cleanup first. So in Java, usually they have some setter getter. Just like in C# we have property.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. So usually the name is set something, get something. So we just quickly change the name here. So by the way, this rename goes through all the reference of this method to change our name.
Okay.
So you don't have to go through by yourself. Set receive and I just quickly change the name. Let's see email class.
And just write the set.
Okay. So right now we still have a little bit small problem of verifying the object. So there is a solution for this kind of common problem, because this is really, you really see this in a lot of software development. So the credit card is one example. So if you want to verify a payment, you don't want to really go through the real Visa or MasterCard vendor. You need somehow to isolate your real action to the real vendors. So to solve this problem, they usually use something called a dependency injection. So here I can show you by coding. So right now, if you want to send out the email, you really need some SMTP or whatever email server to do the job for you. So the email server, the only thing it does, just take an email object and send it for you. So the interface for this kind of service, for example, email service, it only does one thing, just void send. And that's it. That's what the email service does. So whatever implementation you use, this is the interface for it. And here is a transfer service, because it needs to send out the email. Say it send the email here. So it needs a back to the test. So we want to verify when it transfer, we really send out the email. So here, we can make a fake email service.
Yeah.
So for example, here we can add a new Java class, fake email service, which implements email service. So in this transfer service, we give the service we give it the fake one. So when we transfer it, we want to get the email sent by the fake service and verify the content is correct. Get sent email. Right now we can get the get title save. We are expecting sorry. Is it what we're trying to do? Is it clear or a bit confusing? Okay.
So you create a fake email service.
Yeah.
Make sure in the future you do the test that you can use the real email service. They provide the interface to them. Otherwise, it's you right.
Yes, you are right. So just make it a bit clear. So right now. Right now, what's happening is the transfer service. class use your interface email service. In the test, we have a fake email service which implement this interface. In the test time, we use this to record the email it sends out in the test environment. In the real case, we will have something like SMTP email service. When you run a unit test, you just use this. When you deploy your product online, you switch the implementation of this interface to this one. Right now, all you have to do is to test all your business logic. It can be much more complicated than the sorry or the recipient. It can be much more complicated than that. You test all your business logic here. And what you are going to test for this class is only if it can send out email. As long as you specify the recipient and content it can send out, then it's fine. So everything is covered.
So in the symptom test level, you need to that.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But this time you know all this logic goes fine. So you need only have to verify a few cases. You know it works. Then it's fine. That makes sense. But we still have to go in. So I guess here then we have to create a new email. And email set. And emails set. That's what we should do. That's fast. Here we can clean it up a bit by removing this one. You see, IntelliJ says method send mails never used.
Yeah.
So we can just remove it.
All of them.
Yes, in the real case, they have a lot of framework to do the work for you. So, say right now this service depends on email service. Email service might depend on some interface. So again, this can depend on something else. It can depend on something else. It can depend on something else. This is like a tree or graph structure.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of framework handling this for you. So it's called inversion of control or dependency injection frameworks. Pickle container, Spring, Books.
Gene, I guess.
Yeah, so Google.
Oh, choose it. Yeah, choose it.
Yeah, so they all do this for you. If you put all your object, all your class in that container, whenever you request this instance, it will assemble everything for you. So you have a configuration file for test time, which assemble this fixing for you. You have one configuration file in the real runtime in the product environment. Assemble this for you. So it's all automatic. And this technique we are demonstrating is called STUB, S-T-U-B. And there's another thing called mock, which is like different purpose like cooler, this one. So this time we probably won't cover that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, it would be nice if you talk about Jews sometime.
that's framework dependent.
Yes. But it would be nice.
Okay, so just some further reading. So let me see if it's there. There are a book called anyway. So this book is kind of very good, very practical. So it talks about all this. And if in case you can read Chinese, this is Chinese version I translated 3 years ago. It just published recently.
This book.
So it's like 500, yeah, 500 pages. So it took me almost 1 year, 3 years ago.
You were so young.
You were like, yeah, I'm still young.
Just good. Good
So
job.
you wrote this book.
I just translated. It's, yeah, low tech. It's just 20,000 RMB. Yeah, it's not even dollar. I guess that's it.
Very cheap.
Very cheap. Very cheap. Okay, I guess that's it.
What's the price on the book? They sell.
I don't know.
The 30